Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Can anybody hear me? Yep. Excellent, excellent. So, welcome back to another live video here at Pocket Option. I am your host, Giorgino. I welcome you again if you've been here with us before. If you're not, welcome to another live session. Today, we're going to talk, of course, about the market news. We have live market news coming out from the United States, specifically three very important events. And one of them, it's probably one of the most popular market events that a lot of traders, whether you're a beginner, an experienced, or an amateur trader, they wait specifically for this particular news, and then it's none other than the non-farm payrolls, because the non-farm payrolls is a very important indicator that basically shows signals of how the economy is performing in the United States, and that actually can have a very big impact on the USD currency. Hello, Sunat Beck. Welcome. Hello, Henny Britton. Good day to you as well. Hello, Bilal Baig. I'm very well, thank you. How is yourself? Hello, FC Fire Prevention. Welcome back. So glad to see you all here. So without further ado, let's dive right into the platform. Now, of course, we're going to talk about the latest market news that are going to be released very, very soon, specifically within the next 18 minutes. So we have some time until then. And before that, I just wanted to let you know that we do take your comments very seriously, and that is why I did listen to your recommendation. And today we're going to talk about the ADX indicator, what it is about, how it works, and how basically you can use it as well. Hello, the Mystic Edge. Welcome, welcome. So let's go to the ADX before those market events hit us. So the ADX in general, basically, it is also called as the average directional index. So what it basically does in a nutshell, it basically measures how strong the trend is. Basically, that's what the ADX does. It measures the strength of the trend. However, the ADX doesn't come by itself. It comes with a little bit more information that I'm going to show you right now. So all you have to do is come here, open your indicators, find the ADX, which is right over here, and apply it. Now, what I like to do, I like to make some changes, and I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to go to my settings. I'm going to keep it 14 period and the DI 14 period to match my ADX, but I'm going to change the colors. I would like to have my ADX on, let's try, I'm going to have it, okay, you know what? Let's do it blue so I don't confuse you. On the plus side, I'm going to make it green, and on the negative side, I'm going to make it red. So this is what I was talking about. Hello, blue. Hello, Muhammad. God bless as well. Hello, Bilal again. So this is what I was trying to explain to you as well, because when you apply the ADX, you have three different lines that you're going to see over here. You have also the plus DI and the minus DI. The plus DI is also considered as the directional line, and the minus directional. So you have the plus direction and the minus directional. So once I hit save, you're going to be able to see those three lines. Not sure if I can make it a little bit bigger for you guys to see it, but I guess that's it. No? Here we go. All right. It's a very good question. So now the ADX, as I told you earlier, it is the blue line. This is what the ADX does. It only measures the power of the trend. Now, how does it measure the power of the trend? Now, when we look at over here on the right, you see some percentages, right? So technically anything above 25% is considered as a strong trend. So here we have 25%. If I look above here, you can see that how strong this trend is, right? So you can see how this ADX has been shifting from down and then upwards. That's how the trend was moving higher. So the higher the trend is going, the higher the ADX line is going to move as well. Now, it's important to understand that even on a downtrend, if the ADX moves higher, it doesn't show you direction. It only shows you how strong the trend is. But We also have the green lines and we have the red lines. So like I said earlier, the plus DI is the green line, which basically is telling me that the direction of the trend is upwards. So if it moves upwards, the direction of the trend is upwards. Here we have the red line, which is showing me that the direction of the trend is upwards, and therefore the buyers on the green one are overpowering the sellers. So anything, if you see the green and the red line moving away from each other, that is basically showing you that the strength is stronger and also showing you the direction. Please speak Russian language. I'm sorry, I do not speak Russian, but I'm sure that we have other channels that we have also different languages that you can always follow if you're interested about different languages. So peace and blessings to you as well, Domain. So let's go back to the ADX. The blue line measures how strong the trend is. The green line, if it crosses over the red one to the upside, is showing me that the trend is going higher. And the more it moves away the green from the red to the upside the green, that is showing me that the trend is very strong to the upside. But if you want to measure how strong the trend is, you need the blue ADX line. The same thing applies to the downside. Let's move over here where we can see that the sellers have been the buyers have been overpowered by the sellers. And that is why you see that the red line is crossing over the green line to the upside. We're showing me that the trend to the downside is strong. Plus, my ADX is trying to move higher, which basically is showing me that the trend is strong as well. Like I said, anything above 20, 25 should be considered as a strong trend where it can actually help you to open positions. Now, the ADX by itself, I wouldn't personally use it to place trades because it only shows me the strength of the trend. And also, yes, you can use it as a crossover and an opening price, but I don't really trust it by itself. And that is why I will actually add one more indicator. And in this case, I'm going to add the EMA. Let me find the moving average. This one. I'm going to go to my current, I'm going to go to my settings, and I'm going to make sure it is the exponential moving average, and I'm going to change the period to 150 because I want it as smooth as possible. But the whole point is not for it to be as smooth as possible just because I want it. It's because it's basically showing me the trend overall, how the price is moving. So I can also use this as basically more information if the trend is more to the downside or more to the upside. And this way, thank you very much, Domain. I hope that you find this useful. And of course, that can also be useful, of course, while you're trading as well. So anything above, for me, the green line is considered to be an uptrend. Anything below the green line should be considered a downtrend. And that is why in this particular strategy, I'm going to show you how you can combine the ADX with this particular indicator. So perhaps that can also be useful for you when to open a trade. Let's move on to the market news. We still have some 15, 16 minutes to go. That's plenty of time. Hello, Siavash. Welcome again. In the meantime, guys, tell me, do you perhaps have any strategy that you're using with the ADX? Have you perhaps used it before? Or give me your comments on the previous video. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? How did that work for you? Have you tried it? Do you have maybe any questions? I'm here to help you and of course answer your questions as well. So I do know that these particular news are going to affect the market, specifically a pair that has the US dollar in it. So I'm going to try to perhaps open a trade based on my indicators right here. Now, in order for me to open a trade, I'm going to need a crossover from either the red and the green. And of course, I want my ADX to be minimum above 20 for me to basically show me that the trend is strong. Excuse me. In order for you to check if the trend is strong, you just hover here with your mouse and anything above 20% should be considered as a strong trend. At this particular moment, I do not have any entry position. I do see that the red one, or sorry, the green one is trying to cross over the red one to the upside, which is basically perhaps showing me that the trend is going to change to the upside. My ADX is above 20%, but I still don't see a crossover, so I'm not going to open a position here. We might go to another currency pair and let's see. I can see that the price is above the EMA right here. I do have my ADX above 20%, perhaps to the 25. Here was my crossover overall. Okay, but my ADX was below 20%, and that is why I wouldn't open my position. Here I have God's Child D. I never used it because I never understood. I used the marker and moving averages. Of course, by all means, guys, you can use whatever works for you best. This does not mean that because I'm explaining to you how the ADX works, it's something that you have to use. In order for you to become more successful, you have to play around and see what basically works best for you. Maybe you're a short-term trader, maybe you're a long-term trader, maybe you like to use indicators, maybe you like to look at only fundamentals. That only it's based on you, and the only way to do that is to practice and see what is better for you. In a nutshell, I would be able to open, let's say, a buy position at this particular moment because my trend is still signaling that the price is higher. My trend is high as well. And of course, the more these two expand and the green one more to the upside, the red one more to the downside, is basically showing me that the trend is going to keep going higher. If you were going to do this, I would basically choose a 30-second time frame on 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute, yep. And a 3-minute expiration time if you like to be more aggressive. Where's my ADX is well above 20%, 20, 25. Yep, I would be able to open a position just for the fun of it. I'm going to open a position right over here. Have it on a 3-minute expiration time, although I do see that we do have kind of a resistance between here and here. But nevertheless, just for the example of this, I just wanted to show you how it is. Let's move fast to the market news. We still have 8 minutes. That is plenty of time. But I'm willing to take your questions, guys. Hello, sir. What time zone your and my candles is very different? Well, I use at this particular moment, I'm on a 1-minute candlestick time frame, and my expiration is at 3 minutes. I hope that helps you. In terms of time zone, I mean, guys, you need to understand that I'm not trading on OTC. I'm trading when the markets are open. So you need to make sure that the markets are open in order for you to be able to trade. Otherwise, you're going to be trading on OTC. So that's something that you have to see what basically works for you. Of course, I don't know what time zone you guys live in. Do you give one-on-one mentorship? If so, how much? I do appreciate it, Domain, but I do not give one-on-one mentorship. So, I mean, feel free to join these sessions. I usually do them once a week. And if there is something that you would like to learn specifically, whether it is an indicator or a strategy, do leave your comments down below. My team and I, we do look into them. And of course, we try to find them and also provide them to you. The bonus of 100, yes. So the bonus will come very, very soon. It will be promoted within the next few minutes. Do pay attention. In the next 5 minutes, we do have the market news. Right after the market news, the promo code will appear. Hello, Mr. Rahman. Welcome back. I do see that you do not miss a session, and I'm very glad that you're here once again. Welcome back. We do have 1 more minute, so let's see if this is going to be good for us. The price is hovering right over here now. It's consolidating, but we're going to have to wait and see. What strategy do I use personally? Well, it depends. I mean, it depends of how I would like to trade. If I want to trade short-term trades, long-term trades. Personally, I prefer mostly a little bit long more longer than short-term trades, because when you have very short-term trades like this, which is very fast, I mean, it's going to be much more difficult or riskier, or you might also get more false signals. The code, yes, it will appear very soon. Do stay with us soon. Right after the market news, you will get the promo code. When we enter a trade on cross or when the line expand move? That's a very good question, Mohammed. Right before I explain that to you, our trade was successful. As you can see it right here, I made $56 profit on my $100 investment. What is important for you to understand, because like I said, this is basically showing us the strength of the trend. I want to be sure that the strength of the trend is strong, which means that I'm going to be very likely going to see a lot more candles being printed either to the upside or to the downside. But my signal basically is at the crossover. But because at the crossover, my ADX was well below 20, I did not open a position because I did not have a confirmation that the trend was strong enough. So as soon as I saw that the trend was well above 20, I opened my position, because that is basically confirming to me that the trend is becoming much stronger. And at the same time, I can see that the plus DI is to the upside, which is basically telling me that the trend is to the upside. That's another good signal. And of course, that the bears are getting squashed like bugs, I would like to say. And the more this expands, it's telling me that the trend is going to continue to the upside. Market news, 3 more minutes. Guys, are you excited about the market news? Because I don't see anybody writing anything about the market news. So I was wondering, are you guys interested about, in general, the market news? Because this can also affect the currency pairs as well. Or do you like only trading on indicators and strategies? Can I draw level without second touch? What do you mean draw level without second touch? Can you please explain? Thank you for your time. Make it simple to comprehend. You're very welcome, Domain. I really hope that you enjoy this, because, guys, without you guys, this is not possible. So it's important that you guys understand it, that you guys enjoy it, and of course, you find some quality into this. On what basis you decide to take the trade either in up or downside in long time frame? Well, personally, me, I like to follow the news, because the news gives me a lot of insights, and the news technically are going to crush technical indicators, specifically if there are very, very important news. So fundamentals, for me, they overpower technicals. But of course, it doesn't mean that the technicals are useless, because when there's no news, technicals are very important, because that also gives an indication of perhaps a bottom of the market, the top of the market, a consolidation, maybe a time to get into the market. So there's a lot of things that you need to look into that. You don't look at the news, that's fine. How to understand the news? Well, there are different news. I was explaining to you guys, we have 3 different news coming today. Very important was the non-farm payrolls comes just one time a month, and specifically on the first Friday of each month, which is today. And this basically measures the amount of people that have been employed. And we are forecasting only 138,000, which is quite negative to what we had before. The ADP non-farm payroll, which was released on Wednesday, it had only a double digit, which is extremely negative. So that could be perhaps something to do with the tariffs in the United States. So they're expecting, in my opinion, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a double-digit forecast. And that could actually affect the dollar as well. This is the USD CAD. The USD have been taking, let's see, Euro USD, what is going on? We are in a 1 minute, nothing much. USD CAD, we still have 1 minute to go. Now, the unemployment rate is also important, because it basically shows us what is unemployment rate in the United States. So if that drops, of course, that means negative, because we're expecting 4.2 to align basically with the previous unemployment rate. Anything below that, that's going to be negative. Anything above, apologies. Anything above that, that's going to be negative. Anything below that, that's going to be positive. Anything above 138,000 is going to be positive. Anything below that, that's going to be negative. Then we have the average early earnings, which basically it measures the amount of money basically that the businesses pay, or to employees. So basically, the amount of money that they pay for labor. So wow, okay, unemployment came in higher, unemployment rate steady. The labor market came in slightly negative. Let's look at the markets. What is going on? Wow, look at that spike. USD spiked, well, basically flattened out to 1.38222, and then we saw a big spike all the way up there. Now, of course, we should expect some kind of spike, and then when the dust settles, is going to continue this kind of movement. Let's look at the Euro USD. Euro USD, Euro took a hit. The dollar is trying to gain strength. I'm assuming because of the positive news of the NFP, and also for the nothing change in the unemployment rate, which is considered positive overall. Let's look at the ADX. I mean, the ADX right over here, it's basically showing me that the trend is the trend is basically more to the downside because the bears are gaining a lot of strength. My ADX is at 30%, which is quite high, which you could basically take a position right here to the downside. I wouldn't take a position more than 2-3 minutes, but perhaps I've already lost my chance, because this could actually very well turn and the dust should be settled, or maybe the price can go even higher right here and then drop again. So let me take some of your questions. ODC, it's better and safe for me. Well, Mohammed, of course, guys, it is up to you. For you, Mohammed, maybe the ODC is better. For somebody else, maybe it's not. So it all depends what basically works better for you. Market news must be understood, explained to newer traders. Well, let's go to the market news then. All right. So the average early earnings, that's one market news that I'm going to open and give you more insight to it. So as I explained to you earlier, guys, it measures the change in the price businesses pay for labor, not including the agricultural sector. Very normal, because don't forget, guys, agricultures, they don't work 12 months in a year. It's season by season. Therefore, that's why they don't include it. So a higher than expecting reading should be taken as positive or bullish for the United States, which means that if I'm paying more for labor, what does it mean? It means that my business is growing, it's booming, I have money, and I respect my employees, and I want to pay them because they deserve it, and blah, blah, blah. So positive, right? So non-farm payrolls, as I explained to you again, guys, before, non-farm payrolls is a particular market news event. Let's just first look at you see how the euro jumped back up. So it was not a very good time for me to go for the sell signal, even though the ADX was showing me, because we had very strong market news that spiked the price, therefore creates some uncertainty. So my indicators might not work as good. Non-farm payrolls. So it measures the change in the number of people employed during the previous month. So this particular news is released once every month. So again, it excludes the farming industry for the same reason I explained to you before. It's seasonal. It's not something that you can actually measure every month. So job creation is the foremost indicator of consumer spending, which accounts for the majority of economic activity. So let me ask you this. If there's more people working in your country, what does it mean? Think about it this way. If everybody's working, it means that everybody has money. Everybody has money to pay their bills. Everybody has money perhaps to take a vacation. Everybody has money to buy some things, clothes, whatever you guys enjoy to do. So that's an important economic indicator of what's perhaps to come. Thank you very much for explaining the ADX. I understand it much better now. You're very welcome, Henny. Guys, like I said, if there is something that you would like to learn, if there's another indicator that you would like to know more about it, or a strategy, do let me know in the comments right now in the live chat. I would love to take it into consideration, and also perhaps show it to you on the next live session. So that's the US non-farm payrolls. And last but not least, we had the unemployment rate. So an unemployment rate, in a nutshell, it measures the percentage of the total workforce that is unemployed and actively seeking employment during the previous month. So how many people are unemployed and are looking for jobs, right? So think about it this way. if there's more people that are unemployed, it means that there's not perhaps a lot of jobs out there for me to find a job, right? If that is the case, if I'm unemployed or there's a lot of people unemployed out there, that means that I'm going to be more strict with my money. I can't be spending like crazy, right? Maybe I had Netflix when I was working, right? But now I can afford it because I'm not working. So I might go as well and just cancel Netflix just to save some money. So this is very important as well because it measures another economic indicator in the country. So we had 4.2% previous. Our forecast was 4.2%. Our actual 4.2%. This doesn't particularly mean it's positive, but it is not negative because it has not changed to the negative side. Now, of course, if that has dropped, it would be better because that's an indication of expansion of more people getting jobs because they are able to find jobs. Yeah. Fibonacci, very, very, very interesting indicator. And to be honest, that is actually one of my favorite indicators, the Fibonacci, because you have the Fibonacci retracement, you have the Fibonacci expansion. So the Fibonacci is a very, I wouldn't like to say complicated, but it's important to fully understand it because it gives you levels of support and resistance and psychological levels of support and resistance that can also help you to perhaps maybe get into the market at the right time, or perhaps get out of the market at a specific resistance. I am now testing the CCI indicator. Thank you for your info. Yeah, the CCI is quite similar to the RSI. I mean, we can also do uh, a live session about the CCI. Let's see what we can actually do. Perhaps we can do the CCI or the Fibonacci. We're going to have to wait and see for our next live session. In the meantime, let's find another currency pair that perhaps my ADX will be able to give me some kind of a signal. So, like I said earlier, this measures the strength of the trend, and we are right now at 37%, which basically the strength is quite strong, but it is dropping. Here we have a crossover which is very, very close. So if my green crosses below and my red crosses above, that is an indication that we are changing trends and going to the downside. Another thing is that we have this right here, which if this breaks down, that could be a new directional movement. So in my case, I can open a sell button, even though that I believe that I was a little bit late. But the reason is because I would have preferred if this candle has closed and then opened another candle. So I'm sure that it gives me more confirmation that yes, we are now trading below this 150 MA, and we might be continuing to trade on the lower side. My ADX is still showing me good information right here. Very strong trend. We can see it right here above 38%. I can see that the shorts are overpowering the bulls right over here. So we're going to have to wait and see. Like I said, I'm still on a 3-minute candlestick time frame, on a 3-minute expiration time and a 1-minute candlestick time frame. The MACD, well, don't forget, guys, this indicator is a lagging indicator. So it's going to give you information after the price movement has happened. So that is why what we're expecting here to do with this indicator is that we need to see that the trend has started, has happened. It confirms it, the ADX, and then you can place your trade, and that is why it falls quite back. So it's lagging. It's not very good at giving you a signal that, you know what, now it's time to enter. And that is why personally, I told you before that I don't personally like to use this as a buy indicator or a sell indicator by itself. That is why I've added this as well, to give me a higher confirmation of if the market is more to the upside or more to the downside. The MACD is also one of my other favorite indicators. It gives you a lot of information, the MACD. The MACD is also something that is a leading indicator, if I'm not mistaken. So that can be used as a price action. And as soon as it gives you that signal, you can basically open your trade. We have another 43 seconds. In my opinion, this is consolidating right over here. It's going to be right on the line. So my strength of the ADX is well above 20 and 25, which is positive. The red started to expand and then squeezing right over here again, which is not very positive, even though it's still showing me that the trend is still to the downside. So this could be short-lived, this price action right here, and then maybe move more to the downside. 7 more seconds. 5. You see how it's playing on the line? All right. So there we go. That was a loss. But again, these things tend to happen. That is why we move on and try to find something better. This is well below the 150 EMA. The shorts, that was from the NFP news. Maybe we can try to find something that doesn't have the US dollar in it. So I'll show you one more example. Swiss franc JPY. Okay. Well, the trend looks more to the downside. This could also be quite good for me to enter to the downside because the trend is showing me that the trend is to the downside. My ADX is above 50%, which is basically anything above 50%. It means that the trend is going to be very strong. My red is above the green, which is indicating to me that the trend is to the downside. The bears have taken control. I did use a 3-minute expiration time, and this is way below the 150 EMA. So everything is pointing to me that the trend is going to continue to the downside, even though I'm using a 3-minute expiry time. All right, guys, tell me, what do you guys think of this particular indicator or this particular strategy? Of course, you can always use something else with ADX. It doesn't mean that you have to use ADX. Also, don't forget that if you're in a choppy market, the ADX is not going to work because ADX usually works when the market is trending. So if the market is not trending, you avoid it because that's basically its life of the ADX. Until now, we're doing pretty good. The trend is continuing to the downside. Perhaps this could be a support. Everything looks positive at this particular moment. I still have 1 minute and 35 seconds to go. Nothing is pointing that the trend is going to shift to the upside. The trend is very strong. We're at 55%. That's extremely strong. That's basically the best opportunity to find a trend so strong and to be able to see those expansions between the red and the green. You like it. I'm glad that you do. It's a very interesting indicator. I never said that it's not. It's just that it's not my cup of tea, because it's not. I mean, there needs to be trends in the market, and when the market is choppy or ranging, then I would advise to just to avoid it. The promo code, you're absolutely right. Here you go, guys. The promo code, whether if you deposit anything, you will get a bonus of 100%. Let me put it once back again. The promo code is ADX100. So make sure that you take advantage of it. I'm going to say it one more time. The promo code is ADX100. Feel free to take advantage of it. And we can clearly see that this particular trade is promising. I did actually place 3 trades today. I had 2 successful and 1 unsuccessful. I have seen the same setting, but my candles is 1 time fast. What is 1x fast? Can you please explain that? Gurung, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm going to repeat my candlestick time frames. I'm on a 1 minute candlestick time frame, and I'm on a 3-minute expiration time. My EMA is set at 150. My ADX is set at 1414, and I did change the colors so it's not very confusing. That's basically what I did. On a 15-second time frame, well, I can't promise you if it's going to work. I mean, the principle overall is the same, but do not forget, the shorter you put your candlestick time frames, the more likely you're gonna experience noise, or in other words, um, fake signals, if that makes sense. So, guys, that is basically it. This was the live session of the ADX along with the market news. I'm going to put again the promo code, which is the ADX 100. I want to thank you once again for joining this training session. I hope that you took something good out of it. I hope that it was interesting for you. Feel free to try it. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments down below if there's something that you would like to learn. Like I said earlier, I do take everything into consideration. I did listen that you guys want to learn more about the MACD or the Fibonacci. And I'll see you guys on the next session. Thank you very much for joining once again. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, wherever you are around the world. They're just green coming. I have already 2 green show. I'm sorry, Gurung, I'm not able to understand what you are saying. If you're talking about these the ADX lines, I was able to change the colors and you can do it by yourself. Thank you, Mohammed, that you believe that I'm amazing. I personally don't believe I'm amazing. I just do my best. I put a lot of dedication into it, and I hope that this was valuable to you as well. Thank you very much, Dee. It was a pleasure to be here with you once again, and I will see you all